Coach. Thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Ready. 30 base. Let's go. Squeeze. Get in there.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You're out. Switch up. Say, go.
Here's a handoff left side to Breida. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for, but this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Darnold. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
On three. Motion.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
First carry for James Conner. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Here's Darnold. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Here we go. Shoot. Lady.
55, Mike, guy, 55. What we got?
Here's Bell. Well, the former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Mike, 5.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
From just shy of midfield, Darnold. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle.
Hey, wahoo! Hey, check right. Watch 55. Hey, they scared.
Mike, 55.
Young lady. 55. Watch the curls.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Breida, he'll try the right side. Room to run inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 22. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Breida. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this is caught at the 8. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Forget height and catch radius. When you run the fade really well, run down the defender, kind of take him a little bit towards the middle of the field, and then fade to the sideline and give your quarterback some space, it can be executed that well, just as we saw.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throwing right, and that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
50, Mike, 50. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
Darnold from the gun. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Watch the slant.
Hey, check. Yo, lady. Yo, lady.
So we got man. He's crashing.
Darnold to throw again. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
To the air again, Darnold. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, come on now. Come on.
This is Bell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Watching your time. You must be dreaming. 55.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. I'm coming.
Mike, 55.
Back to throw, Darnold. That is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Jets. Preston Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. No problem there on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around the sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Here we go. 50. Plant. Chopper. We got orbit. Get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. Swiss.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. 70 in. Come on, ready?
Shoot! Watch the shoot!
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Ready, set.
53, Mike. I got you. Check.
61. Matchbox, right. Let go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Okay, double up. Check 24. Dog. Ready.
the handoff. This is Breida. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Three down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3.
Young lady.
A final shot before the break. Darnold eluding the pressure right. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Motion.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
From just shy of midfield, Darnold, he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch 55. Oh, you got deep. Hey, 80. 55. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
55. Check, 55, Mike.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Red 80.
From the 39, Darnold. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. 55's Mike, guys, 55.
From the 30 on second down, Darnold. And he's got his man on the out route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Switch it, come on, switch it. Check three, check three. Check, lady. Check.
Now it's Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Switch, switch, switch. And go. Go, go, go.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Let's go. Time to end him. Mike, number 53. 53. And go.
Now a give to Breida. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up second
He's checking,
and
he's
4
checking, he's checking.
at the
Crunch,
30-yard
crunch.
line.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill.
They run again with Breida. And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. The point after is good. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Stay with your man. Mike, 55. Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
Now Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
46-yard
60, Pittsburgh.
Defense, let's get out the field. Defense.
Watch the edge.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Red. Dirty base. Let's go.
Mike, 3 buzz.
Hard. Hustle. Let's go. Hustle.
Finding room inside the 40. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. Darnold now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Connor. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
No. Off.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. This is Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Ready. 53 is mine. Check. Delta.
Ain't no such thing as a look.
Ready, go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Check. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
He may try and run for this. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Alert flare.
General, West.
Show it up. Joker.
Out. Ready, go.
On first down, here's Breida. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Get him, boys.
Second and 13. Forced out to his left. And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. The big fella. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and they're rumbling. You can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Second and 4. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Able to get this to Gordon. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down, a run with Breida. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Gone. Check nickel.
Kill.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
Buds. Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it in next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here we go.
Darnold on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Go Mike 50.
Army. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Darnold, a screen to Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Dolphins, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.